In this video, I'm going to show you my exact setup, entry and exit for a golden angel trading strategy on the US30 for a buy position, which had the potential for up to 500 points with a potential risk to reward of 1 to 16. I say potential because, to be honest with you, I only do 1 to 4. It's just that there was actually a lot more in this one if you do like to hold your trades for a little bit longer. If you're excited to learn, hit the thumbs up button before we get started. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe to Trading Angel now as well. If you are new to this channel, then welcome to Trading Angel. My name's Caroline. I am an indices trader. I trade mainly the US30 in the New York session, but from the UK. So any times that I mention will be in UK time. So I'm going to show you an example of this trade, which is one that worked perfectly, but I'm also going to show you an example of one which didn't work perfectly and talk you through why it didn't, because not all trades do work perfectly. No strategy works 100% of the time, and it's just really important to see both sides of it and to understand why it might not work one time, but why it might work another time. So on that note, trading is incredibly risky and you should never trade with money you can't afford to lose. You should also not attempt any new strategy on a live account with real money. I would always suggest playing around on demo or a simulator before trying anything new live. So if this is the first time you're seeing this, it always looks really perfect in back testing, but there's always a few little nuances when you're trading live that you don't really get the same sort of feel for when you're looking for it on back testing. So always practice before going live. So ultimately, the golden angel trading strategy is a Fibonacci retracement strategy. I'm sure thousands of other traders have called it completely different names, but if you're on this channel, then it's called the golden angel. So effectively what it is if the market makes a huge move in one direction, let's say it's making a huge move up, and sometimes that's because New York's just open. Sometimes it's because a huge piece of news has come out. Have you ever tried to get in when you see the market making a big move, but then it's reversed, it's retraced, it's stopped you out, it's then moved the other way, you've then tried to get in the other direction, it then stopped you out in that direction, started moving in the original direction, and you've got a bit confused as to where it's going, what it's doing, when you should be getting in? Well, this strategy kind of helps to eliminate that noise, that confusion. It helps you to identify that there is a big move that's happening, and also wait and be calm and wait for one very, very specific setup on it. So effectively what we're doing is we're waiting for a big move. So usually that's on the open for me, but also it does happen randomly in the middle of the session if there's a piece of big news which has come out. So effectively it's a big move, you're waiting for that to happen. You then wait for the first real retracement and a wicke candle or some kind of pullback to happen. From that, you set the Fibonacci retracement up, and effectively you're then looking for a move in the same direction as that first big move off the 0.618 point. So the 0.618 point is the golden ratio in trading, and I believe that between 0.618 and 0.65 is called the golden zone. So that's why it's called the golden angel. And this is a nice little setup of it. So I'm just going to go in really close so you can see. So can you see how on the open, this is the 2:30 candle because New York opens at 2:30 UK time. So 2:30 in the afternoon, we had a nice big push up. Now, sometimes it goes up a little bit more. In this particular day, it just went up for one candle. We had a nice wicke candle there, a pullback, and it retraced, hit the 618, and then carried on going up. I'm going to take the Fibonacci off and I'm going to put it on together. So when you get this first candle that goes up, you then want to go from the start of the move to the first wicke candle. This is the trickiest part of this strategy because you have to identify where the move starts, and also you have to go from body to wick. For some reason, this part is the easiest part to identify. Everyone can see where the first pullback happens, but where it actually starts seems to be a little bit more confusing. Can you see how it could have started from here? This is effectively a momentum candle pushing out this area of consolidation. It could have been from here if you see it that way. In this case, it was from here. So I'm just going to draw this on. If you drew it from here, if you started here from the body and you dragged it to the wick, you obviously get a completely different setup. It kind of somewhat wicks the 618, but it doesn't look very nice, and it goes up like that. If you take it to here and you start it from the body of the first bullish candle in the move rather than the wick. So that's the wick of the move, but you actually go to the start from the body. So body to wick. Can you see how in this example we get a wicky candle rejecting the 618? We get a move up, it then actually retraces again, and you get a double wick there. So no bodies of the candle actually cross this area, and then it moves up. So what I'm looking for, my entry is effectively a wick on the 618. So if there was a body of the candle which actually broke this level, so if the body of the candle broke down here and this wasn't a wick, that would tell me that I've got the direction wrong, or this wasn't what I thought it was. So I would not enter on the body of a candle. What I'm looking for is a wicky candle on the 618 point. I would usually take around 30 points on the US30. It usually needs around 30. And to be honest with you, I actually go to 120. So I don't do the full 500 that we had available here. I would go to 120, which is, I can't actually see it. There you go, 120, which is a risk to reward of around 1 to 4. Well, it's exactly 1 to 4. A risk to reward of 1 to 4. And that kind of means that I'm in and out very quickly. You find out usually on the US30 if you've lost the trade pretty quickly because it moves so quickly, but you also find out if you've won it very quickly and you could be done for the day very quickly. If you do like to hold your trades for a little bit longer, or perhaps you take more losses along the way and therefore you need a bigger win in order to override those other losses, then in this particular one, you did actually have the potential to get a lot more from it. It went right up to the previous all-time high, which is what path means. Sorry, I've just dragged that in a really weird way. Let me drag that up there. There you go. And it went, you know, over 500 points. So there was a lot more that you could have got out of that. Okay, so now I'm going to show you an example of one which didn't actually work out that well. So here is another move from another day, a few days before. You can see that the move up on the open, so this is 230, the move up on the open went up here, it then retraced, and then we had a huge move up there. If we try and figure out where the start of that move is, the first one would be here, I would say. We can go there, and that's the first proper pullback when it retraces. The other one I would actually say was down here. So can you see how that candle, the body of that candle, was probably the first move in that move up? Either one didn't actually work. You can see that the move up happened on the open. This was the first proper pullback that happened. We did get a reaction at the 618, but can you see how it wouldn't have actually got you in as nicely? So if you'd interpreted this as an entry, unfortunately, you wouldn't have got it. I'm just going to do 30 points as the stop loss. It tried a few times. There was another example there. There was several times that it did attempt to go up and then it kept retracing. And obviously by this point, you probably would have given up just because you can only really take so many attempts to get in on one idea. I think one of the best lessons in trading is to not take too many losses in the same day, because some days are just particularly difficult. So usually no more than 3. And even then, that's quite a lot. Some traders will actually stop at just 1 attempt. So on this particular day, there were several hits of it, but it was too many and it was too messy, and you would have taken too many losses by the time it got here. The reason why this day was particularly difficult was this was the day before CPI. So on CPI, I have on my economical calendar cheat sheet, which I make for my coaching clients each month, and also print off and have at my trading desk because it's really useful. On CPI, you can see the CPI was on the 10th, and I have a little cross on the 9th, the day before, because the day before CPI is often particularly tricky to trade. You can see there's a lot of volatility, candles going up and down all over the place. it's usually particularly difficult the day before. That's just because there's more uncertainty in the markets and it's less decisive in a certain direction. So I would usually say to avoid the day before CPI almost entirely, especially if you are new, or stop early because you will more likely take more losses on that day than another day. So that's one thing that you could use to have avoided this loss on this day. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a little thumbs up. And if you enjoyed it and you want to see more content like this, then make sure to follow Trading Angel for more. I'll be posting more videos on the Golden Angel trading strategy, so you can see more examples of it. If you are looking for a trading coach, then you can email info@tradingangel.co.uk and ask about the coaching program.